Hi everyone, my name is Dr. Lena Michaels, and this is a channel where I'm going to do some cards and a guided meditation for you. And sometimes I just talk for a little while first, and I don't know what I'm going to talk about. I don't know what the cards are that are going to come up. I don't know any of it. I really don't. But today, actually, I picked up a book and I opened it and I thought, I think I'm going to read this. I haven't really read it, but I've read the book before, but I haven't really read the section that I'm going to read to you. But for some reason, I'm guided to do that. Also, I want to ask you to please subscribe below if you haven't already. The more subscribers I have, the less interruptions you'll have and the more control I have over any interruptions in the video when you watch it back. I don't have any of the interruptions because I pay whatever it is, $12 a month or something to YouTube, because I use YouTube for a lot of different things and I don't want to be interrupted with commercials or ads for weird things. So I just pay it, but I want to be able to not have you have to deal with them if you don't want to pay it for that, and I don't want you to have to be interrupted from a nice, relaxed, trance-like state to hear an ad about something irrelevant in a different tone of voice. I don't want you to be disrupted. So tell your friends, share the video. The more subscribers I have, the more control I have over that piece. Okay, so welcome again, and I'm going to get started. I can already feel my throat getting dry. This happens to me. For those of you who haven't been here before, my eyes water, my nose runs, I cough, I yawn, my throat gets dry. So I'm doing sparkling water tonight. And I want to let you know we're in Mercury retrograde. We will be till the end of the month, which means communications can be disrupted. Miscommunications can occur. Technical issues will cause breakdowns in computers and phones and things like that. So if that happens, don't be alarmed, just ride through it. And also, this is not a time to make a major decision. This is a time to gather information. And so I have a personal situation right now where I'm gathering information so that I can make a decision when Mercury goes direct, and I'll be very, very clear about it. I did a reading for someone yesterday. I do personal readings also. I did a reading for someone yesterday, and she wanted definitive direction, and the direction she got was to just wait until she had definitive definitive direction. And she was a little disappointed because I didn't tell her what to do. But remember, I'm not a fortune teller. I just use the cards as a tool to help you get to your subconscious, your unconscious, and get to the place where you can get your own direction. And sometimes it's kind of like when you go on a tour someplace and you haven't been there before, or you're going on a path through the forest, you want to know where the path is. So the cards are the pathway to take you to the depths of your own higher self so that you can come to your own conclusions. And at the end of the reading, she became a little more clear, but she still didn't have a definitive answer. And I said to her, the answer is, if you don't have an answer right now, and it's not clear to you right now, just gather information and wait. It'll all be clear at the end of the month when Mercury goes direct. This is a time of murkiness as far as decision making. So gather your information, kind of get your ducks all lined up in a row so that when Mercury goes direct, you're ready to go, okay? I hope this makes sense to you. All right, so this little book right here I've had for decades, okay? And I think it was written in like the 1920s. Oh, 1941 it was written, okay? And this edition is from 1978, so you know how long I've had it, right? And I keep it on my nightstand and I read from it periodically, and every time I open it up, it seems to be appropriate. It's one of those kind of magic books that wherever you look at it, whenever you look at it, and wherever you look when you look at it, seems to be relevant. And so, here we go. My throat feels hoarse already. So I opened it up, and I just read a sentence or two, and I thought, oh, I'll just read this in my video. And so, here we go. And if you just want to close your eyes and listen, you don't have to watch me. Just close your eyes and listen and see if it resonates with you or makes sense to you in any way. Oh, my glasses feel so foggy. Oh, they are foggy. That's why they feel foggy. Let me just clean them off a little bit. By now you know that this is a unprepared, unrehearsed, no editing video. I mean, what's going to happen is what's going to happen, and you're going to see what's going to happen. Because I'm not going to alter it or edit it in any way. It's just going to be what it is. And here we go. Okay, I think they're clean enough right now. All right. Just to the extent that you truly recognize me within and seek in real earnestness to serve me, just to that extent will I use you. No matter what your personality, no matter what its faults are, its tendencies and weaknesses. Yes, I will cause you, even you who thus seek to serve me, to do many wondrous things towards the quickening and awakening of your brothers to a like acknowledgement of me. I will cause even you to influence and affect the lives of many of those whom you contact, inspiring and uplifting them to higher ideals, changing their way of thinking and their attitude towards their fellows and therefore towards me. The me here is in capital letters. The me is the higher power, whatever you want to call it. Yes, all you who seek to serve me, no matter what your gifts, will I make to be a vital force for good in the community, altering the mode of life of many, inspiring and molding their ambitions and aspirations, and altogether becoming a leavening influence in the midst of the worldly activities in which I will place you. You at this time will probably know nothing of this. You may even still long to serve me and hunger for a more intimate consciousness of me, thinking you are doing nothing, or still making many mistakes and failing to live up to your highest ideals of me, not realizing that this longing and hungering is the avenue through which I pour forth my spiritual power, which being wholly impersonal, is used by you, unconscious of its being I within you using it, to bring about my purpose in your heart and life and in the hearts and lives of my and your other selves. So as you finally grow into the realization of all this, as you surely will, and prove it by the practical use of all you have in my service, I will gradually give you the strength and ability consciously to use impersonally my power, my wisdom, my love, right, Luna? In the expression of my divine idea, which is eternally striving to manifest through you its perfection. Therefore, will you soon see that your human personality, with all its faculties, powers, and possessions, which are in reality mine, operating and manifesting through you, is likewise for my use wholly, and that true success and satisfaction can never be found except in such use. For such use develops as the planted seed develops the harvest, the ability consciously to use all my spiritual faculties in the final perfect expression of my idea, which can be expressed only through your human personality. Okay, that's pretty heavy. And you might want to listen to it again. But basically, what it's saying is your personality and the way you express yourself in the world is unique. And asked to be of service, to be placed where you need to be, to interact with whom you need to interact with, to see who you need to see, and to do what you need to do. Because you're just a telephone. I'm just a telephone. When I do this reading for you, I'm just a telephone. I'm just transmitting what I hear. It's just what I hear, okay? When I look at the cards, I'm just saying to you what I hear. And that little passage right there is from this book, The Impersonal Life, and this energy that comes through us, we're just channels. So asking to be of use in this dimension, to be a channel in this dimension for the highest good of all, will lead you to where you need to go, who you need to meet, what you need to do. So even if you think you aren't being called to do something great, know that by asking that this energy come through you and use you as a vehicle, you'll be doing the work you need to be doing. I have to sneeze. Oh. Not a sneeze, yawn. Okay, so that's that, okay? And I think I'm going to choose some cards now or pull some cards. I almost feel like I should just open the book one more time in front of you and read whatever's in there. So here's the book. I have a couple markers in here, but I'm not going to use the marker. I'm just going to go right there. And I'm going to read a very short version of this. Whatever I open to. From a thought form, however, the quickening power of the idea within, with my will focused upon it, proceeded to mold, fashion, and gradually to solidify into material form the various elements of life substance until my idea finally shone forth in substantial manifestation in the world of visible forms as the planet Earth, a medium ready for living expression and now capable of both containing and expressing me. This was the material body prepared by my thinking, in which already dwelt all the potential nature of my being by reason of the informing power of my idea within. The next stage was developing and preparing of avenues or mediums through which I could express the manifold phases, possibilities, and powers of my idea. Wow. The outward evidence of this is what is known as the mineral, vegetable, and animal kingdoms, which each in turn, as it came into manifestation, gradually unfolded higher and more complex states of consciousness that enabled me more and more clearly to express the infinite phases and variety of my nature. It was at this stage that I looked upon my creation as stated in my other revelation and saw that it was good. But yet there remained the final and culminating medium of expression. Ah, you know what that is, don't you? It's human beings. Up to this point, while each perfectly expressed some phase of my nature, yet all existing mediums and avenues were unconscious of me and were mediums of expression only as a wire is a medium for conducting heat, light, and power. The conditions were ripe, however, for the creation of mediums through which my divine attributes could find conscious expression, conscious not only of their relationship to me, but of their ability and power to express my idea. It was at this moment in time that you and your brothers and sisters were born into existence as human expressions, coming into manifestation as you did, similarly with all other mediums in response to my concentrated thought, in which I saw all the infinite variety of my attributes in actual expression in entized form, each manifesting in predominance some particular phase of my being, and each conscious of me, its creator and expressor. I saw you in perfect expression, even as I see you now, the real you, an attribute of myself, perfect. For in reality, you are an angel of light, one of my thought rays, an attribute of my being, ensouled in earth conditions, with no other purpose, which is no purpose at all, but a necessity of my being through you, but the final complete expression of my idea. And then it just goes on to say that that first tendency to think yourself as separate from me was born. That's not happening. You're not separate. We're not separate. The complete consciousness of separation did not become established until long after. In the beginning, okay, I can't go on and on because I'll spend the whole evening reading this to you, but this is a heavy thing. This is a heavy thing to realize that we are expressing divine being through ourselves. And our purpose here is to express that for the benefit of all mankind in whatever way we can through our unique personality and our unique talents and attributes. So let yourself be a vehicle. Let yourself be of service. And by the way, many of us have incarnated in this lifetime right now with the specific conscious idea that we are to be of service. If you don't know what you're supposed to be of service to or how or when, trust and know you actually are at this very moment being of service without even realizing it, as long as you are aligned with your higher self and that divine power that comes through you, you are being of service. Think about that. It's not like one person is more higher because they're more of service. Everyone has the ability to pull in that energy and to let it come through them and to be of service in whatever interactions they have and to whom they are interacting with at any time. Just align yourself always with the highest good. I'm going to give you a little tip about something before we go into the cards. You know, when you're feeling a little bit, I may have said this at the last meditation, I'm not sure, but you know when you're feeling a little bit uncomfortable with something and you're like, it's churning in you and you're worried about it, you can feel that energy. Try these things. Try saying these things. Could I let go of this right now? This feeling? And just think, could I? Well, yeah, I possibly could. Would I let go of this? Well, yeah, maybe I would. The last question is, when? Well, now, I guess. So ask yourself those questions, and even asking the questions, what that does is it takes the layer of uncomfortableness and anxiety and worry off. And then you can do it again. Can I let go just a little more of this thing that's been bothering me? Well, I could. Well, would I? Well, yeah, I would. It's not helping me. Well, when? Now, I guess. Why not now? And you'll see that as you take yourself through that, you'll be getting lighter and lighter. Even if you say no, you can't let go of it, you're tricking your brain, and your brain is dumping things on each step of the way. So that's a little tip that you might want to use if you feel uncomfortable. 3 questions. Could I let go of this? Would I let go of this? When can I let go of this? When will I let go of this? Why not now? What are you waiting for? Want to be miserable a little longer? You know? Be worried a little longer? Why? Why? Just let go. Letting go is such a challenging thing to do because we tend to mull over things and just churn them around and churn them around and churn them around and think about them, be preoccupied about them. Just let go. Just let go. Let go. And allow the way to be shown. Let go and allow. 2 really powerful things that are hard to learn to do. Let go and allow. Allow people to be who they are. Allow them. Not everyone is like you. Not everyone wants to dress like you. Not everyone wants to interact the way you do. Not everyone wants to do what you do or go where you go. Allow people to be themselves. Allow them to be who they are. I mean, the world would be incredibly boring if everyone was just like you. Just liked what you liked. Just dressed how you liked. Just dressed how you dressed. Just wanted to go where you wanted to go. You know, it's a lot more interesting when not everyone is like you. It'd be so boring if everyone was like you. So, be comfortable because it's familiar. But we learn from each other, and we learn from how other people are, and appreciate the differences. Just allow people to be who they are. I am getting extremely hot right now, so I shouldn't be. I mean, it's not hot out, but I'm feeling really, really warm. So I'm gonna get up and open my back patio. You will hear my alarm talking and telling me that the back door is open. I know, back door is open. Okay, so I think it's card time now. Let me just pull this in a little closer so you can see what I'm doing when I pull the cards. There we go. Okay. All right. Wow. Okay. I didn't do one last week, I don't think. No, I don't think I did. So let's see what's cooking. I'm going to go into my traditional tarot. Oh, first card. I want to show you this card. This is really interesting. It's so odd because when I was talking about those three things, those three questions, for something that's kind of this large looming thing that you're worried about, thinking about, concerned about, anxious about all the time, here it is. I saw this card in my head. Okay, and this is the Devil card, and you see how they're like chained to this big idea that's like overpowering them, and it's kind of taking them down the path of things not working out well, you know, kind of like a negative path. And they're feeling very vulnerable, okay? But these chains that are connected to this thing here, they can lift them off at any time. It's an illusion. You can, by asking yourself those questions, lift that chain off a little bit. And it's just weird because when I was talking about those three questions, I saw this card in my head. Then I opened the deck, and this is the card that was on top. Ah, pretty wild. You know, life is magic. See the magic in everything, and see how incredible things are and how amazing life is. And, you know, it's short. Life is short. So why not, you know, make the best of it and stay happy and positive. And I'm still shuffling. And don't be weighed down by the what ifs and all the terrible stories that you tell yourself about what if this happens, what if that happens, and what if I lose my house, and what if I lose my job, and you know, just stop going down the path of making all those scary stories like the image of the Devil card showed. I know people think this is ridiculous and I should be watching the news so I can know what's going on in the world, but you know what? I don't watch the news. I don't watch the news. I get too upset by it. I get too preoccupied by it. I get too worried by it. I get too scared by it. I don't watch the news. I just do the best I can in my world occasionally I will see something on my phone, but I don't watch the news on TV. Oh, okay. So let's see what the cards have to say. By the way, we are divinely protected by healing white light during this entire reading and always. Always positive energy. Let any negative energy bounce off and away from us and dissolve into the earth. Any projections from anyone else that are negative, let them bounce off and away from us into the earth, not harming anyone. You might hear my chimes outside. It's windy. You hear them? These chimes are amazing. They're like church chimes. They're really long. They were very expensive, and I've had them. I've been in this house for 17, no, is that right? 7 plus 17 is 10. Well, yeah, a long time. Gosh, 17 years? I've been in this house 17 years. How's that even possible? I can't believe how much time has gone by. But anyway, I had them in my other house. I had them in my backyard in my other house, so I've had them for a long time. They were real expensive and they're really big, but they have a really fabulous, wonderful sound, and I love sitting out there in the morning. I have my lemon water out there, and I hear the chimes when the wind is going, and it's wonderful. Okay, I'm cutting the cards now so that we can find something that is relevant for everyone who watches or listens whenever they watch or listen. And by the way, I want to mention something. Whenever you watch or listen to these videos, it doesn't matter when you watch or listen to them. They will resonate for you. You will see how that happens. If you watch this one after I upload it, and then you watch it again 6 months from now, things will resonate for you, and you'll think, wow, I didn't hear that then. You know, it's like, this is an energetic frequency. So it shifts and changes and is relevant to you whenever you watch or listen, whoever you are, pretty far out. And I know this is true because I get a lot of private notes about it. Okay, here we go. First card. Okay, this is a major arcana card. It's called Strength, and it's number 8. I like to do 3 at a time from this deck. This is a Wands card, 2 of Wands. This is, the High Priestess, another major arcana card. Okay, I'm putting this aside. Now I'm going to do what I've been doing lately. I pull all the cards, and then I tell you the story. Okay, so the next card is going to be, got to create some space here so I can see these in order. I'm going to go into this deck and just quickly pull this one out, and we'll get going on this. A quick shuffle. And the card is this one. Giving and receiving. Giving and receiving. All right. Then we're going to go to this deck right here. And do a quick shuffle on this. And the card is breathe. We're going to go into indigo cards. And do a quick shuffle here. And we've got apologize. That can be to yourself too. And the last one is the Sacred Forest. Let's go in here. And shuffle and see who we're going to meet in the Sacred Forest, which is a place deep inside your own mind. And we're going to meet this entity, which is the dragon, and it's about power. Okay, I'm going to line these up in order now that I have some space on my little table here. Okay, so we have 2 major arcana cards and a wand card. And then we have the 4 cards from the other decks. Let's talk about it. All right, the first one is this one. This is the Strength card in the Major Arcana. And this card is about getting control of yourself. You know, like remembering that you're a magician. She's got the magician flowers around her. She's got a little halo on, and she's got the lemniscate of infinity above her. She's wearing white. She's coming from the highest place. And she's basically roping in her, the part of her that speaks too quickly, that acts too quickly, that doesn't think things through, the unconscious part, the part that is the primitive part, the part that is not so evolved. So that's what this is about. You know, strength is about being responsible for yourself and monitoring yourself so that you are Um, coming from high integrity, you know, somebody said something to me the other day. You know how people say, oh, you know, yeah, let's get together, let's do this, let's do that. And then they say, oh, here's my number, let's follow up. And then you follow up with them and you're like, well, you know, I really can't. You know, I was thinking about this today for some reason. I was driving. And I was thinking about this woman that I met several years ago, and I met her at a seminar when I was going to a lot of personal growth seminars where the audience would be sold big packages that cost thousands of dollars by coaches. I'm sure you've gone to some of those and they're still around. A lot of people are going into those. If you go to them, leave your credit card up in your hotel room or in the car or something, because you get into a trance, you get hypnotized, before you know it, you're walking up, handing your credit card to somebody for a couple $1,000s. Believe me, I've done it a few times. Anyway, so I met this woman and we had a nice connection. And she says, hey, here's my number. I live in West LA. Give me a call when you're in town. Let's get together. So I was in town one time for an audition and I called her and I said, hey, you know, we met at the so-and-so seminar 2 weeks ago and you gave me your number and you wanted to get together with me. Oh, well, you know, I'm going out with my boyfriend right now for dinner. And so I will call you tomorrow. Well, she never called me. What was that all about? That was basically her just, blabbing energy about let's get together, basically probably wanting to sell me some kind of a program. And when I took it to mean, let's have coffee and be friends. Naive me, To her, I was just, another person to spend money with her. But to me, I thought she was trying to be my friend. It's like, I do take things literally. My son said this to me recently. We were having dinner. He says, Mom, you take things literally. Don't listen to what people say. I'm like, well, why are they saying things? I mean, why say anything you don't mean? Why say anything you don't plan on doing? Why in the world wouldn't you just say, hey, I think you'd be a great candidate for me. I'm a coach. Why don't we get together and I'll talk to you about my program. You might be interested in it. Instead of acting like we're going to be friends, meet for coffee and hang out, she never called me back. And I know that is a tactic that a lot of people use. They really don't have any intention of hanging with you. They are trying to sell you something or rope you into something, and that's really not of high integrity. It's, just be honest. Just say what you actually mean. Don't just spurt out things like this card. Don't just spurt out stuff without being conscious about it and without being aware that your words are wands and they're like magic wands. And don't say things that you don't mean just for the purpose of having words coming out of your mouth. What a waste of energy. Contain your energy. Contain your energy so that you can create instead of spewing it out with things that you don't plan on doing. And a lot of times, I know someone who actually does this, and this person actually has no intention of doing any of the things they say. They just say it in the moment for camaraderie and repartee in a conversation, but they don't have any intention of doing it. And I wonder, why waste the energy? Why spew out energy that you have no intention of following up on or taking to its next destination? Every thought, every action should follow through to the next sense of completion of that thought or that action. Just throwing things out there is being irresponsible, really, because you're just throwing fish hooks out, but not really catching anything, just throwing them out just for the heck of it, So those energies are never really coming to completion. Anyway, I hope this makes sense to you. This was not a personal thing because I know that this woman has done that many times, this coach person that I mentioned. She did it to a friend of mine too, the same thing, so I knew it wasn't personal. Okay, the next card is a Two of Wands. This is looking over what you've created and where you're going to go next. This is, I got the whole world in my hands. Wands are creative. This rose right here is another flower just like this. These flowers on her, oh, I just dropped the card. These flowers on her are the rose flowers of the magician, and I just dropped the card. Oh, here it is right here. And right here, it's like, remember, you have the power to co-create, okay? If you're 5'9", you can't make yourself 6'2". But you have the power to create your reality, and you have the power to create how you perceive what's going on in your world and the world. This is an opportunity for you to remember that you have the power to create your world the way you want it to be. So, look out there and decide what you want. Okay. And it's also about looking out there and seeing what you've already created, and to be proud of that and to realize what you've done and how far you've come. Because the next card is a power card. This is the the High Priestess. This is the High Priestess. She's heavy. Okay, this is a very, very wise feminine energy. And her foot right now, you see it, is on the edge of the crescent moon. She's very tuned into yin energy, which is the intuitive energy. Behind her, we have a lot of pomegranates. Pomegranates are symbolic of creativity, okay? Nothing is ever white or black, okay? In between, there's always something of both, okay? So this is a very powerful card about creating and coming from your highest space. This is white, just like the white and the strength card, she was wearing white, but this one's covered in blue. Blue is the color of the throat chakra. That ties into what I was saying about don't say things just to spew out energy. It's a waste of your energy. Your energy could be used for creating other things other than spewing out sentences about things that you have no intention, of following up on or doing. See how those are all connected? Next, giving and receiving. It's got to be a balance, not always about take, not always about give. I'm going to read to you about giving and receiving. Today's a lot of reading, isn't it? So here we go. I'm going to read through these kind of quickly so we have time for the guided meditation, giving and receiving. The angels sent this card to you because your giving and receiving ratio has been out of balance lately. If you've been giving much more than receiving, you're likely feeling that others are taking advantage of your kindness. If your imbalance is in receiving more than giving, you may have felt uneasy, depressed, and even guilty. While it's impossible to perfectly balance giving and receiving each day, you can strike a healthy balance. To do so, make sure you give something like time, money, a gift, or compliments on a daily basis without expecting anything in return. On the same day, be a gracious receiver to unexpected offers of help, compliments, or other gifts. Say thank you without embarrassment or guilt. In relationships where you're the primary giver, express your needs and ask for help. In your relationships, make sure you both give and receive. The situation you're asking about requires balanced male and female energies. By the way, it's always good to have a question in mind before we start these so you can kind of get some clarity and answers on them. To receive, first you must give. Tithe whatever it is you need more of. You need more time, you need more money, you need more items. Give. Give them. Affirm, I now receive good graciously into my life. So it's really important to have that balance. If you want more of something, give it. If you want more time, give it. If you want more money, give it. That's the whole basis behind the Mormon church, is tithing to the church allows you to be more receptive to wealth yourself. So that's what tithing is all about, giving. And in the giving, you give just to give, but by doing that action, you're showing the universe that you know that there is plenty and that there is no scarcity. Okay, let's go now into the next card. Breathe. Okay, breathe. Okay, and this is Archangel Raphael, who's one of my favorite guys. I talk to Archangel Raphael pretty much all the time. And he says, take several deep breaths. Often during times of stress, you may unconsciously hold your breath. Yet, as you know, breath is essential to oxygenating your mind, body, spirit, and very life. Write a note to yourself to breathe as a reminder of the importance of invigorating yourself with deep and steady breaths. Make trips to places where fresh air is plentiful. You know, it was raining for a few days here. Oh, I just love the smell of the air after the rain. It's just so amazing. I come downstairs, I open the tourist doors, and I smell the air. It's wonderful. I love that smell. You'll also notice an increase in air quality when you're near water, such as the beach or a lake. Even taking a shower or bath puts you in touch with the positive ions associated with water and air. Raphael's name means whom God heals, and he is known as the healing angel in charge of physical healings for all living beings. Often, Raphael gives us divine guidance, intuition, thoughts, ideas, dreams, and so on, about how we can participate in keeping our bodies healthy. When you call upon Raphael for a healing, pay attention to inner impressions and be sure to follow through upon the guidance that calls you to take action. You know, I have two big pictures. When I wake up in the morning, I see them. They're the first things, my glasses, they're the first things that I see when I wake up in the morning. And they're big, okay? And I've got Archangel Michael in a frame, and I've got Raphael in a frame. And he's got the caduceus above him because he's the healing angel. And, you know, talk to these guys. Ask them for their help. Ask Raphael to help you with your healing. Apologize. This is not just to other people, it's apologize to yourself. Also, for berating yourself, for saying that you're not good enough, that you've been bad, that you said something wrong, that you're not this, that you're not that, blah, blah, blah. Okay? Apologize. The card asks you to take the high road. Excuse me, in this situation, apologize to either the people involved, if applicable, or yourself for the things that have been bothering you, for letting those things weigh on you. Remember that picture of the devil? Your honesty and fiery indigo nature may inadvertently lead you to say things that might hurt others' feelings. This is what this card is about. Get a handle on what you're saying. Control yourself, okay? Saying that you're sorry is one of the best ways to let the pressure off yourself and diffuse tension. Even if you perceive that you've done nothing wrong, the angels ask you to apologize in general for any disappointment or frustration that arose from the interaction. Be sure to have an honest discussion with yourself or the other person about the underlying feelings that led to the conflict. The angels certainly don't want you to cover up your true emotions. Know that while you're sorry, and saying you're sorry may not be easy or even seem fair in the situation it's being asked of you because it serves a higher purpose. This is a lesson for you to put aside your pride and do something for the greater good. So when you apologize, you're not saying, even if you were right, you're apologizing that that interaction happened in that way between you. You apologize that that energy had to be dealt with, that that energy came down and had to be experienced. I'm going into a trance already. I can feel it. Okay, so we got just 2 more cards and then we're going to be going deep. Okay. Okay. My nose is running, my eyes are running. I'm getting ready to roll here. Oh. Last card. This is the Sacred Forest card. This is the dragon. Reminds you of your power. The dragon. The dragon is a very beneficial influence in Chinese belief systems. The number is 11. 11. Okay. Somebody was telling me today when I was out with some friends that their mother passed away on September 11th at 11:11. Wow, that's a pretty conscious exit. All right, 11. Let's look at it. Into the sacred forest we go. You've fallen asleep. Now, this is a little story. You've fallen asleep on the forest floor. The night was cold as you snuggled into some leaves, yet you felt warm and comfortable as you slept. In the early morning, you stretch out and open your eyes to find a dragon has lovingly wrapped himself around you in the night. He opens his large eyes and looks at you with kindness and compassion, and you know that all is well. This card suggests it's time to step into your power and take charge of your life. Look to see if there is anyone in your life who is trying to run the show. Speak your truth and take back authority of your own life. You're ready to stand in your strength. If you've lost or given away your authority or your power to someone or something else, it's now time to reclaim it. If you're holding on to limiting beliefs, or if you're afraid of being shunned, judged, and ostracized, it's time to let go of those limitations. Release any fear of misusing your gifts. True strength doesn't dominate or manipulate. It's a gift from the Creator. Remember this card? True strength. It's a gift from the Creator that dwells within you. You have the spiritual power that's born of sacred love, wisdom, and grace. This ability can heal others and bring light into the darkness. You are a radiant, glorious being. Dragon Spirit at your side is a mighty ally. He empowers you with healing and restorative abilities. He helps you overcome any obstacle, and he protects you in all areas of your life. The spirit of the dragon says, within you dwells the remarkable power to manifest your dreams, gain great riches, and activate ancient wisdom. Take back your power and express your strength with grace. A lot of times people give their power away to the drama and chaos of what appears to be going on in their life. And take back your power. Don't get roped into the confusion, the drama, and the chaos. Apologize to yourself for letting yourself go there. And don't let the situation take your power away. Stay strong, stay grounded, stay steady. We're going to go into the guided meditation now. I feel myself going deep already. So make yourself comfortable and close your eyes. And if you're lying down, let your back be straight. You can put your feet flat on the ground or the bed, or lay your legs out straight, whatever works for you. If you're sitting up, let your back be straight. Here we go. I'm going to use numbers this time. We're going to start with the number 3. Take a big, deep breath. And when you exhale, see the number 3 in front of your vision with your eyes closed and say the number 3 to yourself. Again, that deep breath and exhale with the 3s. Good. Now do it again with the number 2. Take a big deep breath, and when you exhale, see the number 2 in your mind and exhale, saying the number 2 to yourself. And exhale. And now do the same with 1. Inhale and exhale. And find yourself drifting into a very comfortable, deep space for healing. Allowing yourself to go even deeper with each breath. And as I count from 10 down to 1, using each number to take yourself even deeper. 10. Each count going deeper into a healthier state of mind. 9. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Even deeper now into a healthier state of being. In this state of being, you will be able to receive and take instruction from your own higher self on anything that I say that you hear in your mind that is relevant to you, appropriate for you. And drifting deeper and deeper into that deep state of being, knowing that anything that I say cannot be taken in by you if it doesn't resonate with your belief system. Only that which is appropriate to you will go into your mind and begin to sprout so that you will be aware of it and see actions from it immediately or in the very near future. Any outside sounds you become aware of that you recognize as everyday normal sounds allow you to go even deeper into your own world, into your own inner forest, your own inner sanctum. If you hear the sounds of my fireplace, that allows you to go deeper as well. Going deeper and deeper still into a very healthy state of being, we're able to manifest your desires, your dreams, your wishes, hopes. Going deeper. On 3, 2, down to 1. And letting yourself go even deeper. That's it. Let yourself go. And deeper still. More and more, you're becoming aware of your ability to master yourself and be a master of your life. More and more, you're becoming more and more conscious of the things you say and learning when to not speak. Learning when to just listen and watch. You have the power to create. You are a magician. You can create what you want. Ask to be shown how to create what you want and how to move forward to be of good for all involved. At the same time, be very, very grateful and thankful for what you have already manifested and created in your life. Nothing is either black or white. There are always shades of gray. Stay in touch with your intuition. And in order to do that, you have to spend some time alone. Even if you're in a relationship, respect the alone time of the other person and they expect the alone time that you take for yourself. Balance your giving and receiving. Remember to give on a daily basis. Your time, your energy. Money perhaps. Tip that waitress. Tip that person who serves you at the frozen yogurt place. Tip that bartender. Tip that house cleaner. Tip that gardener. Tip that guy that comes to cut down your tree in the front of your house. At the same time, make sure you're receiving. Make sure you're able to receive help that you need, time that a friend gives you, a compliment, a smile. And give a smile. Smiles are free. Your smile can make someone's day. Be generous with your smiles. Be generous with the love that pours out of you. Be generous with that loving energy that is coming through you, using you as a vehicle to manifest good and enhance vibratory frequency around you. Remember to breathe. Breathe fresh, clean air. Open a window or go outside every morning when you wake up and breathe. Take that fresh air in. Allow it to circulate through your lungs, oxygenating all of your blood, getting you ready for the day. Apologize to yourself for being critical of yourself. And anyone in your life, or anyone in your life where a situation has ensued, even if you've been the right one or the correct one, apologize that it happened. Apologize that that energy of disruption happened between the two of you. And apologize to yourself for saying harsh things about what you look like, harsh things about your body, limiting things about your mind. Apologize to yourself. Remember that you have power. You have lots of power. Don't ever forget how powerful you are. Open yourself up to being a channel. Open yourself up to being a channel for good. A channel for making a difference in everything that you do, wherever you go, with whom you interact. I honor you for taking this time for yourself. Thank you for spending this time with me. I honor the divine within you that is coming through you even now, in this moment. Many blessings to you, and namaste.